Greetings everyone, my name is Eduardo, and welcome to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In this 84 general live stream, I'll cover a combination of both Ferris Wheel levels and levels I find online. More importantly though, this is the 400 episode milestone of this entire LP series. Gosh, it's been over 2 years since I started this, and I started this LP right on the same day as this game was officially released. Since then, I've covered over 3,141 levels and 399 different episodes, and these are counting the unique ones, not counting repeats or stuff I covered off the streams or videos. So I really appreciate everyone for watching my LP for this long. If I hadn't had this much support, I probably would have ended it or not ran these streams in the first place weekly. So thank you everyone. Thank you Leonardo, Mr. Lee, Snivy, Silent Haxorus, YouTube, Pixel Boy, Sylveon, Jedok, Leonardo, Lipatio, Jerryman, Francisco, Zen, and anyone else I missed, as well as everyone else on different servers. If you want one of your levels to be included on the stream, please leave the level ID either on YouTube, Twitch, or Mixer. Either will do. But please submit no more than 2 levels at a time. I'm almost done with eliminating all the extra levels from the queue, or knocking them out. So let's begin with this stage. Yoku Man by Snowflakes, with 157 plays and a score of 63. Once again, I thank your continued support, viewers. I can't believe you made it this far either, Mr. Lee. You too, Cyan. This stream will run for about 3 hours or so. This looks nice. Well, up to 3 hours, Silent. The last stream was also about 3 hours. Wow, this looks nice. This looks very neat. We essentially have a block trading section thanks to text editing. Yeah, this stage is already starting out pretty strong. And it's not as painful as the original Yoku Man stage in Mega Man Unlimited. I'm pretty sure if the original Yoku Man stage is more like this, people will complain about it less. Much less. Already looking to be a favorite. Me too, Snivy. Did you submit your level ID earlier, Oscom? If you did, it's already on my queue. And make sure to check my queue before you submit an ID, just to make sure I've already added it. Sadly, I wasn't able to find a skin for Sylveon or Eevee for Magma 2, so tomorrow we'll be swapping over different skins. There may be some differences between the save data though, because I will be replaying or have replayed some of the earlier stages. More text editing fun. This is one of the better applications of text editing in general. Okay, that's a bit tight there. Hello, Jaden. It's amazing how text editing unlocks this game's potential. You won't break your entire computer, but maybe the game, depending on how it goes. It's not like the game edits your registry. I keep expecting these Yoku blocks to disappear faster, but no. This is on the fairer side. Thank you for the tank, Aunt Eddie. Not only did the stage do a nice job with its text editing, it actually has good level design, good checkpoint placement, and good escalation and a climax at the end. If anything, I'd mark this stage as being an almost good to good Mega Man Maker stage. A great fit for this 400 episode milestone. Thank you, Snowflakes, for submitting this one. Shame it had to end here. I kind of wish the climax was a bit more difficult, but I suppose the stage didn't want to end up being too hard. Hey Buster, welcome to the Milestone stream. Just played it in a wonderful stage. Indeed, very clever usage of Yoku blocks. Second up is Trial by Flame by Magicman M8, with 7 plays and a score of -2. I wouldn't mind seeing that level ported over to the Megamix engine, although unlike some other ambitious levels, it isn't as necessary. If we were to port it over to the Megamix engine, or perhaps Magma 4, the main reason would be so there could be more unique graphics, I suppose. I guess this is for an extra weapon. Not just for any tank. Well, that's nice to hear, Buster. Before you send that Redux fan game to me, please add some sort of makeshift title to it. You could just reuse the Mega Man 1 title screen and just add Redux under it. Probably Raiden, especially with his bullet time. Oops. I paid a bit too much attention. I paid attention to chat there. You know, I'd place these in reverse. As in, put the red force beam at the top. Yeah, there's something there. Nope. That was strange. Yeah, by using the water wave, you can put out the fire pillars, or even the horizontal fire generators. See? You can both freeze them and put them out. Look on the stream, DecidWillMatter. I know, right, Cyan? The previous stage was definitely better constructed than this one, but I wouldn't call this one bad, barring that one weird case of reverse difficulty curve. I get what challenges are going for, it's just they could be probably reorganized to be a bit better. I don't think a full overhaul of the challenges is necessary, it's just some reordering. And not really spammy. Not to me. Looks like I have to take a different route for that. Okay, force move section coming. Thank you for putting an indicator for that before it. That's good design. Also putting a checkpoint before it. I see. So that's how you get D-Tank. I was telling you in advance. And where the two pathways link up with each other. I wouldn't give this stage a negative score, but I'd reorder some of the individual challenges. So I'd probably give it a thumbs up. It's okay. Almost decent with some changes. Third up is Ferris Wheel of Doom by Silent Haxorus with 285 plays and a very impressive score of 105. Look away from the screen, DecidWillMatter. Yoku Man stage already increased the speed of the Ferris wheels. This took it to the extreme. Totally worth it. No wonder why Bubbleman was crying there. Motion sickness man, eat your heart out. For the joke, it gets a thumbs up. Fourth up is Magicman 2 Identity Crisis by the KFCMan 100, aka Kyle Stubbs, with 40 plays and a score of 8. Hello Omega, welcome to the celebration stream. That depends on how the level is reduxed or recreated in this engine, Snivy. And the original Identity Crisis was, I think, 80 screens long. I mean, Mega Man couldn't even stand on top of those Ferris wheels without clipping through it. Ah yes, swapping over to Hornet Man. Too bad we don't have different skins in this engine yet. This is where we're forced to use a Hornet Chaser. Also, we would have the music. Even though it's not my favorite contestant entry of Magmal 2, I still quite enjoyed it. I can get the timing because I said to be at 12 PM PDT, but how did we end up with 37 and 38 minute long videos? One step from Eden, Sylveon. That game was released on Thursday. Think of it as Mega Man Battle Network meets Slay Aspire. Battle Network meets Slay Aspire, Daibuman. Meets anime, if you want to say it. Meets a lot of memes and jokes. Long story short, I'm loving the game. I'm quite impressed at the reception the game's getting. It started out 2018 with a demo, got 400% funded on Kickstarter, and got picked up by Humble Bundle too. Thomas did a wonderful job. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing, Jaden. At least it has the support of a pretty well-known and well-regarded indie publishing studio. And it also has mods. I'm waiting for the Mega Man EXE mod. There are just so many synergies in that game I haven't even discovered yet. But boy is it difficult. Thomas has mentioned some mentions of making the game a bit easier or adding an easier mode. At least if you can't play at that speed, you can always just enable the accessibility modes and slow it down. Yeah, it does have a safety net. In the original Magmal 2 stage, we had infinite use of these special weapons. But as we can't toggle it in this engine, this is the closest substitute. The weapon respawners. But yeah, Jaden, it has an extra safety net and an extra bout of funding. I mean, that's why we got modding support and co-op gameplay and PvP, when in the original plan we wouldn't have had it this early. Yeah, it's actually doing a pretty decent job recreating the original Identity Crisis. Then again, in terms of the graphics and aesthetics and what it actually tried accomplishing, it isn't too complicated, I'd say. At least from an outside perspective looking in. I know it's actually more complicated than it looks because of the skins. And the hardest part was at the end with a certain enemy type. The only part which is probably going to be different is the Bright Stopper part, well, Fast Stopper. And I'm glad to see that, Jaden. I may have played an earlier version of this stage, but as this is a new version, I won't count as already played. We talked enough about him, DecidWillMatter. Let's focus on the stage itself. Let's just put that behind us. All I'll say is that I don't exactly agree with first. It's not my favorite entry out of the bunch. That would probably be Neapolitan Man, or the stage nobody asked for. But still, I'd put this in tier 1. I mean, tier 10, the top tier. Oh yeah, he also the dev forgot to remove the Jewel satellite here. It didn't really need more buffs to YouTube. If it was like the Magwell 2 version, according to some devs, it would have really broken a lot of other weapons. See, I still quite enjoy the stage, I just don't agree with it being in first place. It still deserves a high placement. The only stage where I kinda disagree with his placement in tier 10 is probably Cyberman. And maybe Beneath Sand and Rock. Cyberman had some weird... well, it's more like I didn't exactly find it as fun. Yeah, this part of the stage probably won't be able to be replicated exactly in this engine. Because in the original version, we had some enemies that were only activated when the Flash Stopper was activated. And vice versa. Oh, Spiky Situation, the stage that took place in the sunset, you mean? Yeah, perhaps. I don't mind Glassman Magwell 1, but compared to Spiky Situation, yeah, it's kind of close. The problem with Cyberman was its confusing navigation. It wasn't really properly introduced. See, I don't mind the stage wrapping around itself, but there are better ways to introduce it. Hi everyone, hi Croby. And Ford, and everyone else. Alright then. These enemies never actually explode until you unfreeze time. Which makes sense, to be fair. I guess that's one way to force you to actually swap off of the Fast Stopper. Well, second is shortest. Or third if you count Snowman. Another short stage would probably Gus Man's Asteroid if you go for the jokey ending. the same concept stage? I wouldn't say that. I thought their concepts were rather different for what they were aiming for. I mean, Glass Man was a stage that took place in a glass facility, perhaps having some ice-related stuff. But Cyberman, that was a cyber facility. And if you want to discuss how the enemies and gimmicks are done, as well as the level design, they're very different. And now the last section, where we swap between each of the characters. I'll do this the fair way, and I won't just cheese that. And now you swap over to Jewel Man, and can progress onwards here. I didn't even notice that up there. Well, long story short, one takes place in a physical realm in a building, the other one takes place in a corrupted network. Now you have the choice between these two, well, they give you all the weapons for piece by piece. I guess it's the closest equivalent anyways, without breaking the stage too much. Every time there is each one of these colored teleporters, that's where we originally swapped over to another character. Despite being a long stage, I think it did a decent enough job at replicating the original. Congrats, Cyberman. Aha! I see. I lost everything, but now I can choose which weaponry to use against the boss, Ultraman. And this time, we are forced to fight Ultraman. In the original stage, we can skip the Ultraman encounter if we didn't want one noble nickel. And because I got all the keys, might as well. Now try out the endless mode. Hi KFCMan, welcome to the stream. Honestly, I found Unlimited's endless attack to be easier than Mega Man Endless. Much easier. Bye, Ultraman. I know, at least try one of them out. Yeah, I get it. I'll be showing off Endurance mode in the future too. But as I was saying, I still find Unlimited Endless mode to be more fun than the actual Mega Man Endless. Well, I say that from my experience of Mega Man Endless, where spikes and bottomless pits were instant death. Let me just put it out here. The problem I had with the original Mega Man Endless was that spikes were so frequent. Spikes and instant death pits. There was more instant death than Mega Man Unlimited. What made it worse was you only had one life too. Thank you, KFCMan. We'll be at it. I'd say that this did a decent job at recreating the original. It was missing some stuff, but it did a good enough job replicating the original. Fifth up is Mega Man Maker World 2 Part 3 by IceSlasher, with 4 plays and a score of 1. Thank you, Omega. Oh, compared to Unlimited, I found the original Endless to be more frustrating, especially with some of the enemy placements. Also, in Endless, you only gain access to 5 or 6 special weapons, whereas in Unlimited you gain 9 of them, and you have a lot more coverage too. If you have a hard time with Unlimited's Endless mode, don't try Mega Man Endless. Probably Ram Moon. Ram Moon is one of the most powerful beings in the Mega Man Classic series. In the comics, he created the Star Droids. Or, not he, it. They. Well, this stage originally was kind of a series of rushes. I'm not sure what happened there. Well, I'm thinking of playing one of your Metroidvania levels tonight, Panta. If I play all the Metroidvania levels back to back, it may take 3 hours, so I'll break them up. What makes it strange is that Mega Man was able to defeat Sunstar with just the regular Mega Buster. Whereas for Ram Moon, he had to use a special power and use the double Mega Buster, which almost killed him. Wait, what? He wasn't supposed to die there. I don't get what's happening there. He's supposed to get crushed against the ceiling, not against nothing. I think we're comparing armor versus power levels, or armor versus strength, defense versus attack. I didn't realize that on either side. Okay, Metal Heroes, I'll leave Metal Heroes for tonight. Considering the number of times Wily kind of screwed up by interfering, I'm not surprised. I didn't realize there was gonna be one right over there. Pretty much never, YouTube. He doesn't know when to quit. And depending on which verse you're talking about, why doesn't even give up after that? Compared to the rest of the world titles by this designer, I still say this is an improvement. We have actual stages in between. Wait. No, I was hoping at something else. Why is just very persistent, and let's just say once he puts his mind onto something, he doesn't change. Okay, the rest of the bosses in the series. Oh, rats, I don't have anything else. Not completely defenseless, so I had a way to speed up the battle, but it wasn't exactly his weakness. Yeah, Wily's quite wholesome. Shame he keeps going off for Mega Man. He could have gotten more fame and recognition by building more of these robots. Oh no, yeah, don't use the Thunderbolt there. That's a bad idea. For a moment there, I was a bit worried. I should have your weakness now. Let me guess, it's thunder. Nope. It's skulls. I wonder who's weak to thunder then. We didn't really need all these Yoshikis, but thank you for the wall anyway. The Woodman machine. Well, I can't reach you normally, so I guess I have to use this. For once, a direct weakness. And thus ends the Mega Man World 2 series. I think it's the end of the series. Definitely an improvement over its peers or predecessors, but still kind of meh at best. I'll be right back in a moment. Next up is Waterfall Temple by KXI with 15 plays and a score of -1. An older stage, being over a year old. Probably made in version 1.3 or 1.4. A lot of silver tomahawks. Probably the boss's weakness then. Is it pronounced you arm force or UARM force? You arm force, okay. I see then. Wonder why it's a silver tomahawk though. Is it the default weapon players can put in the slot, at least in the code? The evening stream will be at about 8:15 p.m. PDT. I repeat, 8:15 p.m. PDT. I'll first start with a smaller stage, 1 or 2 smaller stages, then I'll play Metal Heroes. Still, some of the room setups are repeated, like these inner ones. The outside ones are fine to me. I don't hate this level, it just feels forgettable. Mainly the inside portions, not the outside ones. You're allergic to Kirby as well, Silent? Hey Ralph. Yeah, he's one of my more favorite Roadmasters in Mega Man 4 too. This stage was... I feel I could have done better with some more varied graphics, as it felt plain on that front, and reduce the number of repetition in the intersections. 7th up is Dr. Critical Computer by Zen, with 27 plays and a score of 4. Well, it makes sense we have this background. We're in someone's computer. Now, if only we had running through the cyber world, or internet is spreading. Nice way to introduce those blocks. Kind of an odd choice to use Impact Man's team. But it does somewhat work now that I think about it. Whoa, slow transitions. It sounds better in 8-bit. That's what it is, DecidWillMatter. Oh, I got trapped there. It's not the composition of the song, the original song, which is the problem, it's the instrumentation. I don't get why these transitions are so slow. Well, probably due to the massive objects that need to be recreated. I mean, walking the stage itself doesn't take too long, thankfully. And now we stop over the base for the infiltration. I see, they need to be optimized more. Of course, solutions would be here. Insert memes here. Thankfully, moving through the stage itself isn't too laggy. I mean, not the loading in between each of the screens, but the things after the loading. I mean, it could be worse. We could be playing as Mega Man. Even quick resetting doesn't take too long. So, probably due to the Sheepman blocks, they need some better optimization. You again? Now we're swapped over to Protoman. Probably Grenade Man's always gonna be the boss, with some more elaborate setups. For a Fortress stage, this actually does a good job at introducing gimmicks to newcomers, if you don't know how the Sheepman blocks work already. We found the computer room, now we need to escape from it. Oh yeah, illusions. That was just dumb luck on my part. I kinda see what you mean, Zen. It probably could do well if it was split into two, or shortened just a bit. Ah, mistimed it. This is why I wish those didn't have a delay option. At least Protoman doesn't take double damage here. Well, having the shadow under them would be helpful if I could see under them. Welcome to the celebration stream, Diamond Wolf. Glad you could make it. I'm not picking it up this time. It resulted in failing. Despite its elongated length, I like the 3 sections. Like I said, probably could split into 2. Or maybe short one of the sections. This last section felt like a nice climax to the stage. Wait, it's not over yet? Well, okay then, this is the last part. The first 2 sections should have been in their own stage, then the last 2 in another. Like Computer Part 1, Computer Part 2. Well, that too, Ralph. Okay, this is the end, so I'm happy. Bounceman was the one responsible for all this time. The block's more hindered Bounce Man than me. I won't give this stage a thumbs up just yet, but until it gets split. Otherwise, I'd favor the thumbs up. 8 up is Hidroelectrical Stormy Stage, Sheepman 1.6 by Protoman 1987 with 10 plays and a score of 3. I don't think it's the tile sets themselves, it's the active objects. Let's go with Classic Mega Man. Reminding me of the start of that stage. Yep, reminds me of the start of Fuse Man. Whoa. Almost fell for that. I mean, I can't accidentally slide into the top spikes like that. It's not like Mega Man World 5. Oh look, a place where the rolling cutter is actually very useful. I'd love to see that, Diamond. I'd love to see that, Diamond Wolf. Sorry. I was half looking at chat there. Honestly, I'd like to see Capcom make their own Mega Man Mania game. Hiring some of the devs from the fan game scene. Of course, depending on which devs are hired, we may end up in a situation where it's more polarized compared to Sonic Mania. In Sonic Mania Snivy, half the stages, at least feels like half the stages or zones, are reduxes or remixes of the original zones. No, not the Sonic crossover. But basically, just redux 4 of the stages or remix them and make 4 entirely new stages. It looks wonderful, Jedok. I like the new graphical style. Let's see how good the final game's gonna be, though. Yeah, someone like Mega Man and Bass. However, Jellock, their stages were entirely redone, especially Astroman's stage. Astroman's stage in Mega Man and Base is very different from his Mega Man 8 incarnation. For Tengu Man, a similar theme is kept, but the way the stage plays out is very different. I don't know, Jedok. It may be going for a different feel. I don't like to call fan games 2.0 or 3.0 until I play them. Let's just say I have some different ideas of what a new version of fan game means. Of course, this didn't work. This is gonna be a slight problem. Well, nice the checkpoints here. Let me see, Buster. So, first castle will be like a remembering the past stage for previous fan games, and second will be a full original one. I'd like to see that. I probably want to get the blessings of the original stages they're making homages to. I guess the Gemini laser is his weakness then. Actually hitting him though, that's gonna be the problem. Especially without a charge shot. Let me guess, it's the rolling cutter all this time. Yeah, it was the rolling cutter, of course. And that was the end of the stage. If Mega Man Powered Up came before 42, then they're all ripping off that game. Alright, Elecman vs Electro. Probably Electro. More like sheared him. Ninth up is Man Oceanic Beach by Mega Man Homecoming with 145 plays and a score of 39. He's at McWiley's side, trying to stave off the forces there. True that. I just like the term shear better as he's also part sheep. Well, if this is part of a pack, I shouldn't actually have any of these. Text editing and a server allows it. I like the music and background. I guess this is an alternate route then. Yeah, it was. Try asking them for advice. They're not only a master of level editing or text editing, they're also a master of level design. Maybe not master, but pretty good at it. Because even if you're really good at text editing, doesn't mean you're good at making levels. We made it out of the waterfall, now we're in the forest. The difficulty progression in the stage feels a bit wobbly. It did start out increasing, but for the last 10 or 12 screens or so, it feels like it's going up and down. I mean, it feels like it's just waving up and down around a certain point. Honestly, I'm waiting for someone to decrypt the Mega Man Maker itself and try adding in new objects that way. This stage was okay to decent. It didn't exactly have the climax I desired, but the intro and mid-sections were okay. Intro was the best part. True, Buster, but I was more referring to you'd still maintain the editor itself. That's the most important part. You could distribute your builds to other people, similar to how people distribute their mods for Mega Man Maker on the forums. 10 top is... Wait 1 second, I got the numbers mixed up. Top is Weapon Capsule Relay, All Weapon Thrower, Doc Robot Stage Edition. by YouTube Social HD2 with 16 plays and a score of 3. Well, you know the drill by this point, but for new viewers, here's the gist. Either one of these morning or evening streams on Saturday has one of these levels by YouTube. Every 4 to 5 screens is dedicated to use of a different special weapon, and every screen has its own background and foreground combos. Think of these as simple tutorials for the use of each special weapons, but nothing more. I hope it's not the end of the stage. It isn't. Good. Usually in these levels, the stage ends when you defeat the boss. Interesting seeing how the ice blocks are one of the few weapons or obstacles that absorbs the Power Stone entirely. Mighty. His ground pound attack is really powerful, as well as immunity to spikes. If we're talking about his incarnation in Sonic Mania. Because the door is here, the conveyor belt, there's really no purpose of putting it here if we can just stay here and attack the boss. That's the optimal strat anyways. Unless you want to make it harder on yourself. Okay, I'll be right back in a moment. 11th up is Great View from Up Here by Polite Dolphin. 11th up is Great View from Up Here by Polite Dolphin 42 with 26 plays and a score of 5. So yeah, just jump down. I kinda screwed this up, by the way. This is not how you're supposed to do this. Let's do this again. What you're supposed to do is stand here and take the damage, I think. This is how you're supposed to do it. Or not. Okay. Probably, Ralph. Nothing more to say here. It basically is an auto-playing level. And in comparison to most other auto-playing levels, a pretty poor one. 12th up is Skywar by Wolfer 3183 with 10 plays and a score -1. If... Alright then, don't slide left. You know what, let me see what's to the left now, considering I have the jet adapter. Nothing. You could have kept the original boss battle YouTube if you used a teleporter. Of all the stages currently displayed in this episode, this feels the lowest effort. Well, maybe the second lowest effort. Well, nay, even lower effort than the previous one, because the previous one actually tried mirroring the enemies. I'll use jet adapter. That's more fun. Indeed, it had a BG and actually had symmetric enemy design. This one, I'm not even sure what it's going for. And they're arranged in not really a logical format. You can make a stage which utilizes the rush jet and jet adapter, but this is not how you do it. This stage doesn't even have a challenge, really. Or anything of significance. I mean, all the other levels I played in this episode had something to bring to the table. No matter how minor, even the previous one did. So yeah. Most forgettable level of this episode. It just existed and didn't do anything. That's why I'll probably give it a thumbs down. It didn't even try, really. Well, it tried, but it really feels like someone's first level submitted to the servers, but didn't do anything. Alright, this level has been removed from the server, sadly. Actually, let me check. Huh. That's strange. Okay, I see the problem. One moment. Okay. 13th up is Turning the Wheels by Otsuya with 15 plays and a score of 4. Indeed, DecidWillMatter. If it was the first level, it could have been just compressed down to, I guess, 5 screens. Or put more enemies there, or actually put some sort of hazard you have to dodge while flying. Pretty much there are endless numbers of ways to make the stage at the very least below decent, or below okay. Right now this stage is as bad because it doesn't do anything, really. Its only purpose is to exist and waste space. Yeah, I agree with Sylveon's score. Honestly, I'd probably give it a 2 out of 10, but no offense to the creator, but try putting some gimmick into the next stage. It'll automatically make it better. Now in contrast, here's a stage that's going to be much more interesting. Yeah, I'm not going back down there. Bye, Leonardo. Your level will be played later. Later this stream. I see, it's just an alternate route. Go back inside. Delicious colors with a nice aftertaste. Compared to all the other levels I played so far, this is looking to be my second favorite, or honorable mention, next to Yoku Man. Right now, this level is a 7 out of 10 for me. Nice escalation of challenges. This stage assumes you play through a previous, this stage assumes it's a fortress stage, so... Wow, I didn't see this used before in a previous stage. Let's see how this will be expanded upon. Pit shadows outside are fine if they fade to black. But drop shadows outside, they look a bit odd because where are the shadows being draped upon? If you have a drop shadow, it implies there's something behind the wall or behind the ceiling, like a wall, but if it's outside, that usually means the outside is very close by. Yeah, this level I'd say is almost good to good. Nice challenge escalation, but... if this is the end of the stage, my MegaPlay would be the climax. That needs to be done better. There are a lot of ideas introduced that weren't exactly elaborated upon. Unless this counts. In which case, this is a good climax. Yeah, in that case the BG would be fake if there's a drop shadow there. Which would be fine if it's a simulation. It's called turning the wheels. I get the reason why it's called turning the wheels, because of the cogs. Yeah, I think this boss battle is the climax of the stage, in which case, I drop my early complaint. This is fun. Especially crushing the enemies under the blocks. Best part of the stage. Second favorite level of the episode. Good work, Otsuya, aka DecidWillMatter. Fourteenth up is a good old-fashioned Wily Fortress level by RetroGamerAaron with 40 plays and a score of 5. I know, right, Silent? It really deserves more of it. What makes you think it's going to be a Kaizo level, YouTube? Based off the title. Based off the title, that is. If you say old-style fortress, really I wouldn't call any of the old-style Wily Fortresses Kaizo ones. Maybe it has some Diet Kaizo elements, but not to the extent of Kaizo. It may rise to that level, but so far, it seems fine. There's some forced weapon usage, sure, but I'll see if I can do so forward. I have a lot of levels in my queue currently. Even this wasn't a spike drop section. I do know Metal Slug. The game franchise of horizontal shoot-'em-ups by SNK. I always thought we usually just visit Wily's sewer systems in Wily 2. That's why they look flooded. Depending on which shoot-'em-up you play, it's probably become an accepted part of the genre. Depending on which difficulty. Shoot 'em up. Shmup stands for shoot 'em up. There are many different subgenres: horizontal, platformer, vertical. I forgot they stay in midair. Yeah, Metal Slug is really hard. The original was designed to be a coin collector after all. Sunset Riders is the Capcom, right? The Capcom one, right? Honestly, I'm not sure how to rate whether shmups are unfair or fair because of the different mechanics and reaction times. If a game requires a better reaction time, I'm not sure how to rate it. Okay, Konami, the one with the westerns? Yeah, I know about that game. See, that's why I don't exactly like to rate shmups more objectively. It really depends on your reaction time. There is stuff that is outright unfair, of course. See some of the paths in Gradius 3 where you don't know in advance that you'll get killed there. It's not a matter of reaction time there. But if it's... Even at max difficulty, Sunset Riders can get a bit unfair. I'm referring to the arcade version, not the home console version. Oh, I see. That depends, DecidWillMatter. Again, I'm making a comparison with the arcade version. If there's too many bullets and enemies, it's still a suckerman stat. Then again, I'm not really a shmup aficionado anyways. I'll play them from time to time, but I tend to ignore the more difficult ones. Honestly, my favorite shmup is Tyrion. Yes, the classic bag of spilling, Philip. I wouldn't call it good, but it was a decent old-fashioned Wily Fortress. Parodius, I feel, also has the same issues as its parent series Gradius, depending on which game you play. But that of course depends on whether you're playing the arcade or console versions. Fifteenth up is the Terminator NES Stage 1 by Oscar, with 18 plays and a score of 3. No, I don't have that song. A viewer submitted it to me. I never played the original game, so I don't know how accurate it's gonna be. The in-lore reason, Philip, I'm not exactly sure. It's not like he loses the weapon chips. And it's not like in Battle Network where you can sort of justify the network being updated. And before anyone asks, I can't slide in this stage. I can't reach up there either. It made more sense in the original anime series, where it was only a temporary copy. Ah, that's actually solid ground. He's really enjoying hitting the wall like that. Ugh, too far. And that was the first stage. Kind of felt plain and slower paced. I wish I had the slide, but... Alright. $16.Base, Dangerous Lab, Alternative Version, Normal by Lipatio, with 40 plays and a score of 14. Well, that's good to hear, DecidWillMatter. What does Protoman get? But he takes double damage, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. Alright, let's do this. Speed running time. I know this is easy mode, but I can easily do it, Mega Man. I just want to give Protoman more time to shine. Especially water. Remember, not all assets in Mega Man Maker are created equal. Some lag the stage harder than others, as DecidWillMatter has pointed out. That's why some longer stages lag less than shorter stages. Oh, those are actually spikes. Yep, the acid's leaking out of all the bottles. All the different kinds of acid. In the original stage, we didn't have these acid water variants, so Lipatio had to get more creative. But here we have actual acid water that can be utilized. And the state is better for it, I'd say. Yeah, I remember the original stage. In the original stage, in order to replicate the acid water, they use force beams. Yeah, I remember this section, the force beam gauntlet. Probably next year or the end of this year, Jedok. Yeah, I know Smurfs. Gargamel, and a host of other foes. Oops. Ow. Ow! Magnus. Okay, good. The last Yoko's block, the last Yoko block actually spawned in. Think of this as being the acid rain section. And we're out of here. Didn't you used to be a different boss? Like you were Toadman? The red section. Think of this as being the red acid section. And put a spike near everything. Somehow I got past that section without dying, even though I rushed it. That's not how you're supposed to do that. And more so compared to the original, it's possible to do this damageless. Should have just activated it faster. I only have myself to blame. One of the main things I learned from the Mega Man series is that damage boosting is awesome. Oh. Hitbox. I wasn't aiming for sub 6 anyways. I keep forgetting how far the Skullberry hitbox extends. Yeah, spike hitboxes. I also tend to underestimate that. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I remember that. I'll be playing a sequel in the near future. Well, I made it. Time for the boss. Next week's Sunday stream is going to be the April Fool's stream. I'll take a small break from the Magmo series. Not how you're supposed to do this battle, by the way. This is how you screw it up. Now, this is how you're supposed to do it. Yep, YouTube. Well, Mega Man OP 2, I mean, but... Mega Man vs. YouTube 2 didn't get released yet, did it? I like this more than the original. The inclusion of the different types of acid water really helped this stage. #17th up is Blaze Heatnix Remix by Croby Tree with 25 plays and a score of 4. I'm nailing through the stages much faster than I initially thought. It's been a while since I last played X6. I tried to purge my memories of the game. Oh boy. Good thing that Boomin isn't here. Well, not a redux, a remix. So it may go further than that. Ouch. What are you, Reznor? You basically are Reznor. The problem with X6 is that... Okay, let me just give a short summary. The Nightmare system, which modifies levels, is inconsistent and isn't explained well, and most of the Nightmare effects are rather frustrating and make the stage impossible to do damageless. You can permanently lose out on upgrades, one of which is mandatory for X to complete the Fortress stage, or Gates Laboratory, and most of the level design just plain sucks. I know people complain about the level design of X3 being boring, X7 also being kind of boring or unpolished, but X6... Basically, it was really rushed to high water and it really shows in level design being poor. Weapons and... make sure to get as many Reploids, weaponry, and parts. If you want to play X6, please go to romhacking.net and download the fixed patch. It's still an early alpha, but it already makes the game much better to play. Basically, the nightmare effects are not balanced for many of the stages. I get the idea what they're going for. They did a similar thing for X1 and X3, but they didn't pull it off correctly. And thankfully there's no nightmare snake to fight. Keep forgetting it extends the hitbox for the spikes over that. Sure, Sylveon. I can actually send the link to the patch itself. It's still in early alpha though, so... there's still a lot to change there. They're working on trying to create a level designer or level making program of some sort so it's easy to hack. As most of the changes so far have been made to the other systems, not so much level design and boss battles. Well, bosses have been changed too, but more so on how much damage they take in their health bars. I suppose these are the replacements for the Nightmare Snakes. Or something similar, perhaps. Thank you for the free tank. I always tank the devs, especially on these harder stages, or slightly more challenging. That's Nightmare Snake number 4. In the original stage, you had to fight the Nightmare Snake 6 or 8 times, and it had quite a bit of health. They were not just the easy mini boss to defeat, they had their own health bar, iframes, and everything. Seven, okay. That was number 5. Do I have anything that can freeze this? It's only 5 Nightmare Snakes here. Honestly, if the Nightmare Snakes actually had no iframes for the damage they take, they'd be much less annoying. Or if you only have to face off against them twice. Definitely improvement over the original. It wasn't a slog to go through. I'll be right back in a... But before I leave, let me get you the details of the X6 fix. I'm not gonna PM it because I want everyone to see it. Here it is, Sylveon. It's still a set of tweaks, though. They're gonna try expanding the project later to improve the level design. 18th up is KFCMan's Endless Mode, Work in Progress by Kun Fu Cuts Man. A reminder to you all, this is the work in progress version of the level. I will play the full version of the level in the future. Taking inspiration from Snivy. They probably will, Sylveon. You can modify the enemy damage tables. I see, this is a way you can randomize which levels to go through, because of the spots of the footholders. It's not exactly randomized, as it's more based off what position of what time you enter the stage, or enter the teleporter, but it works. Before you start a Let's Play, make sure to list all of the options you pick on the mod, as the tweaker allows you to take a lot of different options, and it allows you to choose, enable, disable the options you like or dislike. And I see, this enemy is placed here to slow you down. Yeah, that face definitely looks off. Oh, we're taken back here, unfortunately. Then again, it is an endless attack stage, so we keep going until we die. Also, it was rushed Panta, made under 6 months, or a year. No wonder why the final product turned out to be so horrible. And if you want to end the stage, just quick reset here. Alright, that was just a quick sampler of 2 of the ones. Basically, the way it goes is that every time you enter the teleporter, there's a random chance you'll get sent to another teleporter and sent over to another set of stages, and you'll never reach the end until you die, or do a quick reset. The Ultimate Armor and Shadow Armor were buffed in that mod, Jedok. If anything, X6 needed at least a year and a half worth of development. Sadly, Capcom didn't learn their lesson from earlier. Remember Mega Man 7? That only had a development time of 2 to 3 months. It's crazy that it wasn't exactly their first Mega Man game for the SNES, but it was their first Mega Man Classic game. That's X7 YouTube. Bye, sign. I moved them over to a different folder, Jerryman, as putting more levels in the folder lags the game. 19th up is Wily Sky Fortress by CHUW, with 19 plays and a score of 4. Chuw? I'll call you Chuw. Sorry for mispronouncing your name. Let's give Base more time to shine. Sadly... Actually, no, let's give Protoman more time to shine. Base does not have his double jump. I wouldn't mind if Base didn't have access to his dashing, but I would mind more if he didn't have access to his double jumps. Dashing is fun to do, sure, but double jumping acts like a good safety net, in case you fail to make a jump properly. Use Protojet there, then. Wish there was a better indication of that, like a sign. For a moment there, I thought I needed to go down instead. Me and my Tento Swarm. No, YouTube. Only up to X3 for the first version. Then they'll start adding demakes of the other assets. You already seen the difficulties some of the devs have here demaking assets. Now imagine taking stuff where most of the series is past the 16-bit era. Ah, and my slide didn't activate right. Yeah, Sylveon? Is it about the ending? If it is, I know what you're referring to. Hi, Eduardo. I played your level earlier. Not quite Sylveon, but I joined someone else streaming the game. Yeah, the placement is kind of trolly. No, YouTube. It's more like Sonic CD. In Mega Man the Y Wars, time traveling was barely utilized, really, as an in-game mechanic. It was only there for story purposes. Excuse plot purposes, really. It was in the earlier part of the stream. Earlier half. The placement of one enemy. I need to do it this way. Yeah, you need to rush it there. I'm not sure how you can go past it then. Again, slide fail, jump failing. It certainly is a Sky Fortress, but it feels like 2 or 3 fortresses glued together. So far 2. Ah, you spawner. How long, Frost Blue? About 23 minutes longer. Maybe a bit longer, we'll see. I'm gonna have an evening stream where I'll cover more Beer Smith levels, by the way, so don't worry. Yeah, that placement of the skull mech dispenser, that needs to go. Also, this jump, it should be made less wide of a gap. If I have time, I'll cover a level on this stream. The first jump is the problematic one, but the rest are fine. Recording, OBS Studio. I find it to be one of the best free recording utilities with a lot of customizability. I decided against it because of how crazy it could get. Oh, whoa. Also, this week wasn't the best for my energy levels. Oof, half the day for half the week I don't think I got enough sleep. At the very least, I'm really enjoying One Step from Eden. What's with the troll though? What's with the troll enemies there? I mean the troll placement of those fan fiends. That's the biggest gripe I have of this stage, really. And some of the odd placements of enemies. Yeah, the first half was fine, it's getting rougher now. Too much enemy spam, and what's with these jumps? I can make it, but it's just a tighter squeeze. For those watching, I highly recommend you try the demo at the very least of One Step from Eden. It's awesome. It is an older demo, but it still does an accurate job of showcasing the game. Quick question, Panta. Did you complete a full run of the game? With either Saffron or the other playable characters? Stage isn't over yet. So I guess this is the third part of the stage. Again, I think this is getting too long. I understand what you're going for. The first section or first part of the stage up until the first boss was the best part, but now the stage is getting more and more rough. I mean, what's with these jumps? Unless you were intending me to use the rush coil and jet. I see. I was able to beat the game on my fourth run. Made it to the pacifist final boss. I won't spoil her name. I'm gonna be playing as Reva next. Yeah, you can also use Rain Flush, but it's better to just use the Rush Jet or Proto Jet. Unless that Magfly was supposed to spawn in earlier. Thank you for the E-Tank there. I know you bumped into me, but I have this extra life here that you carefully stored. Move to Dark World. I didn't expect One Step from Eating to have DS bosses. Ah yes, she does. It's a blood shop. Oh, whoa boy. That's a lot of enemies there. Of course, he's immune against the Buster. Next time? Alright, I'll feature it next week then. Because one of the levels I'm gonna play tonight is really long, so I'll just save it now. Yeah, I'm still streaming Snipey, only for about 20 more minutes though. Still like how the bounce ball can immediately destroy them. Well, easy button. Okay, now it deflects properly. It's just a solid option in the world and now it despawned. I liked the first section of the stage, but then it started to degrade after that. It should have been split into 3 different levels. Alright. 28 up is Fighting Your Own Team Version 2 Rock Force by Jinox74 with 13 plays and a score of 4. So fighting all 8 members of the Rock Force then. Thank you, Kyle. It's been a while since the last saw in this stream. And thank you for making all the stages you submit to me. That's it. We only faced off against 5 or 6 members of the Rock Force. I wish we could have Nitro Man. "21st up is Meet the Mirror Buster Extended Edition by Casual Builder with 95 plays and a score of 32. We've had a bigger share of highly rated stages in this episode. And Fireman too. Fire, Elec, and Nitro. That's good to hear, Kyle. I think Base needs more time to shine. Even though he can't double jump, it doesn't really matter because, well, we don't actually have to worry about the Base Buster. And at last, we have a stage that actually uses as a gimmick. I've been waiting for these for several weeks. The Mirror Buster, I honestly feel the Mirror Buster is an underrated weapon. I feel it's falling under the same situation the Shine originally did. When Mega Man Maker originally introduced the Shine, it wasn't utilized as much. It took a while for people to really realize the Shine's potential. The same's gonna apply to the Mirror Buster, I presume. If anything, this also acts like a good tutorial level for it. For any boss that focuses on projectiles that don't pierce, this just destroys them. Oh, you mean the Legacy Collection Challenge? You mean the Legacy Challenge event? In the future. There are 2 level packs I want to cover first, then I'll do all the levels from the challenge event. The ones that I haven't already covered yet. Place where you gotta be careful when using it now. I can even mirror buster the Whopper rings. That's amazing. Let's do that again. I mean, they use the same sound effects, Sylveon. The thing you need to be careful about this is that it doesn't protect you as much as the shine does. It only protects you frontally. Oh. That's kind of my bad. This time, hold left. Now imagine if this was a fast-moving one. And end up dying anyways because I mistimed my jump. Which one's the bomb user? Blade. And this is actually a fairly sizable stage. It doesn't end abruptly. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Only problem is, of course, getting close enough to it. See, if I spam it, it just tears through him. Not mega huge. If you want mega huge, we need 200. We need 200 screens. Our definitions that are really different. It's alright, Caleb. How would I submit to me? In a YouTube comment, please. Yeah, that'd be... Panda's levels be a closer definition of that. Okay, here's where the hard part comes. I need to make sure my shield hits the bombs, but not the other way around. Probably stuff from Mega Man and Base or from the Mega Man World titles from the Game Boy. Just dash back and forth, that's the strategy. And he never went into his critical phase either. Fan game stuff is probably gonna be in the far future, unfortunately. Great tutorial level, probably my honorable mention in the episode. It did go on for a bit too long for my own taste, but otherwise, it was fun. Omega, are you still in chat? Alright, that's good to know. So the 26th and probably final level of this stream is Cutman barges into Elecman's ship to ask him for toilet paper by OmegaLte with 12 plays and a score of 1. In before Wily makes Toilet Paper Man. Or Toilet Tissue Man. And of course, this rolling cutter. Yeah, not bad whatsoever. When I had the 300 episode milestone, I actually had to split it up into 2 episodes because I couldn't edit it fast enough. Oops. I thought I didn't... Yeah, that was something else. In May. I wish I had a different weapon for this. You know my thoughts about this weapon in Mega Man Maker. Thomas the Tank Engine? Yep. I watched it as a kid. Ah yes, Toilet Man. I had an idea of an RM like him. Or if you want to be less on the nose, Flush Man. Honestly, the way I power up the rolling cutter is to make it so you can fire 2 of them at once. Similar to how the boomerang cutter in X1 works. We're gonna shear Sheep Man for toilet paper now. So now we got some rolls. Oh, I couldn't get off. Cutman can't wait. He needs his TP. Now we're attacking Sparkman. All of them. Bye, Caleb. Bye, I'll just skip this. Honestly, I don't mind these sections with the falling gyres. I expected there to be a fire wave coming from the bottom. Just looking at how this is designed. The mats wouldn't be too problematic if I had a straightforward firing weapon, which I technically do have. Good boy. And there you are. And thus, Cutman stole Elecman's toilet paper. Or rather, him standing in as Elecman. Outside the funny title, the stage wasn't really... it just existed. So out of the 22 Veersmith levels I covered during the stream, my two favorites would be Yoku Man by Snowflakes and Turning the Wheels by Otsuya, aka DecidWillMatter. With an honorable mention going to Casual Builder Stage, which introduced us to how to use the Mirror Buster. That was another fun one. So for tonight's stream, which will take place at 8:15 p.m. PDT, I'll cover a few more Veersmith levels, probably 3 or 4 because one of them is going to be really long. Remember, 8:15 p.m. PDT. Well then, thanks for watching and have a nice day. And here's to another 100 episodes of this LP. Toodles!